Emmerdale's John Sugden is finally caught out, but there's a frustrating twist. Emmerdale's John Sugden was finally exposed by Aaron Dingle for the villain he is. But, as ever, John proved to be one step ahead of him. Tonight's episode saw John take drastic measures to prevent Aaron from coming round from his coma and revealing the truth. It ended with another surprise twist from the murderer and kidnapper. The episode began with Victoria Sugden paying a visit to John in hospital, bringing him some clothes he'd requested. She told John she'd be happy to go to the holiday cottage to get anything he needed, but John was quick to dismiss the idea, adding to Victoria's ongoing suspicions of him. Victoria then told John that she had visited their half-brother Robert Sugden in prison yesterday, which John wasn't happy about. "Despite everything, he's still my brother," Victoria replied sympathetically, angering John, who reminded her that Robert was in prison for his and Aaron's attempted double murder, having been framed by John. "He's sticking to his story," she added. "He's so adamant, I think he believes it himself." John wouldn't hear it. He reminded Victoria that Robert was unhinged and dangerous, and warned her to stay away from him. John was next seen up and about in the hospital, sneaking into Aaron's room after being left alone by the nurses. At Aaron's bedside, John told him that he loved him but that Aaron regaining consciousness had left him in a bind, with Aaron having learned of John's lies and crimes shortly before throwing him off the edge of the gorge. John then fiddled with Aaron's breathing tube and left the room. In the next scene, an emergency alarm was heard going off with nurses and doctors running into Aaron's room, as Chaz Dingle and Liam Kavanagh, who had just arrived, looked on in horror. John's escape, however, didn't go to plan. He was stopped by Kane Dingle, who questioned him about being out of his hospital bed. Kane had arrived to see Aaron, but helped John back to his room, where John asked Kane for a favor. Meanwhile, the medical team were able to stabilize Aaron, who woke up from his coma with Chaz and Liam at his bedside. Chaz told a groggy Aaron that she'd send for John to come and see him, but Aaron refused and was able to stutter out a few crucial words: "John's got Mackenzie." A shocked Chaz and Liam headed to John's room, confused by Aaron's admission, bumping into Victoria en route. However, all three arrived at John's room to find he had already discharged himself. Chaz told Victoria what Aaron had said about John having Mackenzie Boyd, adding, "Something is very, very wrong. What if Robert was right about everything?" Victoria asked. "I need to find John, he can't have got far." The episode ended with John getting into Kane's car, who he had convinced to give him a lift out of the hospital. Victoria was seen running into the car park to try and catch John, but just missed him. With the truth now out there, are John's days numbered, or will he evade his crimes again?